Hey, this is Bradley J from the Alpha Media Studios, and you guys may remember I should say, I talked to Tim Kolling. He is a marketing guru here at Alpha Media, and he had some Jeep thoughts. And I thought, you know what? Why not check in with Tim and see if he's got any Jeep thoughts going on right now? So, Tim, are you with us? Hey,
Hey,
Tim,
Bradley.
how
How
are
you doing?
you?
I am
I am
excellent. How
good.
you doing?
I am good. I see that you are in your Go Cats decked out purple Jeep. And so I thought I would try to find out, are you in the Jeep with some Jeep thoughts going on right now?
I am having a few deep thoughts right now.
And what
Nothing
would they
much
be,
to
Tim?
say. I was driving around today thinking about commercials. Thinking about what people should say, that type of thing. Um, I always give good advice. I try to give good advice to clients about how to be unique. Um, I was just talking to some ladies earlier this week on a Zoom call, and one of them had seen our inaugural Jeep Thoughts video, and she said, right, guys are so right, because we're doing our business every day, and we don't get a chance to really focus on our future customers. We're working with our current customers. We're busy. We're working on the business. We don't have the time to really think about how to get more customers through advertising. And she said, when you guys talked about how businesses don't advertise because they don't know what to say, she said, you hit the nail on the head for us.
So
So,
when it comes, let me ask you this: when it comes to, say, producing a commercial and getting it on the air, do you want to be do you want to kind of be eccentric, I guess, is a pretty cool word for it, or maybe even weird or unique when it comes to advertising your business?
exactly. Every business has a brand. They define their own brand, and they really need to bring that out. It's their personality. They need to bring that out in their advertising. Some people use comedy. Some people use testimonials. But really decide who you are as a business to your customers. And don't talk about what you have. I've heard too many commercials in radio, in TV, even newspaper, that it looks like a laundry list of what they do, or a
Well, let me ask you
shopping
this.
list.
Yeah, I was going to say, so when you say shopping list, can you give an example?
Yeah, exactly. They just list the stuff that they do. We do this, we do this, we do this, but they really don't explain what that thing they do, their product or their service, does for the individual or for the consumer. Uh, Years ago when I started, um, one of our management said, kids don't buy pimple cream. They buy the hope of clear complexion, immediately followed by romance and popularity. So they're not buying the product; they're buying the product's gonna do for them. So talk about that during your commercial. Talk about how it's gonna make that consumer's life easier, better, um, just whatever the end result of your product is. That's what they need to know about.
I would say,
Um,
to me, when you talk, the way you're talking about it, to me, it seems like you want to make a very deep personal connection from the consumer to the product that you're trying to get to the consumer. Would that be kind of explaining it correctly?
right? Yeah. Use real life situations. A lot of people will talk about do testimonials, what their product has already done for somebody else, and then translate that into why other people should come do business with them. There's a lot of different techniques of that, and really what it boils down to, we do things called discovery sessions, and that's really where we get the business away from their normal environment. We sat down with the decision makers, even people that work for them that might hear more from the customer than the owner or the managers do, and we really just do a brainstorming fun session where we talk about all the different things that they know about their business or love about their business. I think we talked about last time how people are in business for a reason. They have a passion for what they're doing, and that's what they need to drag out and explain to people. One thing I've always told customers is you have a passion for your business, and if everybody out there knew what you know about your business, they're going to be your customer. So it's our job to be that storyteller and to get that information out of them, to translate it to the consumer to understand that, and then say, hey, I do want to do business with them, or I do need that product, or that does sound like a great idea. I'm going to seek them out.
You know, one of the things I've kind of learned as I've been in radio since 1990, when it comes to commercials, I always find that the ones that start off telling a story for like the first maybe 5, 10, 15 seconds of a 30-second commercial, they're kind of telling a story and bringing you into the commercial. And then the last, 15 to 20 seconds is what that connection that you want to make with the product that you're trying to sell. And it's very hard when you're trying to talk to somebody who owns a business, because they want to get the information about their product right from the beginning for 30 seconds. But I always try to tell them, like, if you watch TV and you're watching it and you watch the commercials, because you're going to find yourself actually caring for somebody in that commercial, and that commercial was only on TV for 30 seconds. And I know I shouldn't be talking about TV because we're not in that medium, but it's, pictures and audio and stuff like that, but it makes you can see yourself going, oh, how can I put that into a 30-second radio ad and connect with that customer?
Right. Well, another mistake a lot of people will make is that they will try to put too much. Like, if I go back to that laundry list, I have clients that say, well, we do this and we do this. Well, that's different commercials. I've got a client right now that we just recorded a new commercial. They've got 7 different commercials, but they're each about a different service that they provide. The theme is always the same, so you always know who the client is. You always know who the business is. But each one's telling a little bit different story about what they do that will, apply differently to different consumers out there. You're still branding yourself. You're still getting your name out there with the theme. But instead of trying to cram everything into one commercial, do different commercials that tell a better story about that product, instead of trying to, just, again, a laundry list of, all the things you do that's just going to run right past people and they won't pay any attention to.
Now, since we're talking about being eccentric, weird, and unique, I do want to say this. Tim does have his Jeep thoughts in his Jeep while he's driving. I do not recommend this for anyone, only for Tim, because he's crazy enough to do it, and it works for him, but he's a very good driver as well. So Tim and I are talking about being eccentric, weird, and unique in commercials on the radio. So Tim, I want to ask you, what's the most eccentric, weird commercial you put together for a client of yours?
Gosh, I've been doing it for 27 years, so there's quite a few. Recently did one about colonoscopies and disco. We've done them.
Now, hang on a second. How did you? Hold on a second. How did you put together getting a colonoscopy and disco music? How did that come about?
Well, again, it comes from doing research with the client. The client gave us the direction. So brainstorming with the client, what age are you when you probably should be thinking about a colonoscopy? 50s, 60s, that area, even sooner. If you can relate to disco, you probably are the age that needs a colonoscopy. We also did one for this particular client about it was staged with early video games, like Pac-Man or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you played Pac-Man as a kid, you're probably at the age now that, better check out a colonoscopy. So there's a lot of different ways around it. So that's how we related disco to colonoscopy, Pac-Man to colonoscopy, that type of thing. So, it's all telling a story. Somebody told me one time that scripts and entertainment tell, but stories sell. So it's telling a story that's going to relate to client, and this one in doing a disco colonoscopy related did well. But again, it goes back to, it all starts with sitting down with the client, and doing that discovery or brainstorming, and that's where it all starts. So in our next Jeep Thoughts, we can talk about how we set those up.
All right. I want to thank Tim Kolling for inviting us in, as he has Jeep Thoughts in his Jeep. And Tim, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us about being eccentric, weird, and unique. For Tim Kolling, I am Bradley J. with Jeep Thoughts.